Hello and welcome to UTB Blogcast number 92. With me tonight is Dave, Roy, Brad, and Wayno, and of course I'm Erica, the one that keeps them all in line. We have a lot to talk about tonight, kind of. So we're going to jump right in as soon as they say hello because they're being too quiet. Say hello, boys.
Hello, boys.
Hello, boys.
Alright, so let's start off with this whole BBM rewards expansion. Or extension.
I think it's an
Wayno, I think that's all you.
No, I just posted the info. I didn't even get a chance to read it myself. I was driving at the time.
Has anyone tried the BBM rewards yet? I know it's available for us here in the U.S. and up in Canada. Have any of the U.S. people or the Canadians tried it?
I don't have it, so I can't comment.
I'm guessing that's a no.
Wow, this is something we should have asked each other before we started.
So hey, if you're out there listening and you've tried it, give us your thoughts.
See, you know what my problem with it is it says that it, like the permission you give says that it can post to your feed. And I don't much care for that. I mean, I know it's just your BBM feed, but I've seen some odd things show up on BBM feeds for people, and I know what it would be like, you know, to be embarrassed by something. But what it is it's surveys, right? It's just little marketing surveys, that sort of thing, and the more you take, the more credit you get, and it can be used for free airtime or gifts. Gift cards. Up in Canada, it's for gift cards. Now there's new markets being opened up. Wayno, do you at least have that up so we can see what markets?
Yeah, I'm prepared for that. Okay, so Billaway and BBM have extended the rewards program to 4 new territories. It's now covering Malaysia, Nigeria, Singapore, and the UK. And like Brad said, it's basically you can earn free mobile airtime and other rewards by responding to surveys and other activities. That's about all.
You think that's something you would do? I mean, I'm all for free stuff. I haven't. I like free stuff.
Yes, we know, especially free key ones.
Wow. I'll send you some.
It wasn't free for me. Only if they're blue. Yeah, look, I don't know. I quite often get emails for surveys and things through companies that I've dealt with, and one was for a local supermarket. I don't know whether you've heard of it, but out here we have Woolworths supermarkets.
You still have Woolworths?
Yeah. Yeah, well, that's Australian owned.
I didn't know. We used to have it here. I remember when I was a little kid.
Yeah, it's
I guess Australians can't run in the US. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, they're probably 50-50 with the biggest supermarket retailer in Australia, Coles being the other one. But the wife has signed up to like a rewards program through them where you get like a little rewards card, like a Flybuys card. You'd have that sort of thing over there, yeah? Flybuys and...
We have loyalty cards, yeah.
Loyalty cards, yeah, it's the same sort of thing. And so, you know, I clicked on a survey. There was an email come through, which I don't know whether it was spam or what, but it looked like a genuine Woolworths email with her name and everything on it. And, you know, click this survey and go in the draw to win a $500 shopping voucher. So, you know, I thought I'd do her a favour and surprise her and do this damn survey. And we've been hammered with emails ever since, you know, and so much spam's coming through. So, no, well, that's it. I think because of all that, she stops checking her email now, and I've got to go through and sort out all the spam. But, so, yeah, look, I mean, in principle, it sounds good, but, you know, after that, I'm kind of really reluctant now. Like, I just had had my car serviced from the local Toyota dealer. I was getting an email, you know, complete this survey to go in the draw to win a brand new Toyota, and it's like, oh, here we go again, you know. So now I kind of don't even bother. Going through BBM, I don't know. It's probably a different story. Naturally, it's something that's going to be governed by BBM or MTech. It's not something that I'd imagine that anyone could sort of put up on there. It'd have to sort of go through some formal approval or something like that. So, you know, I think the chances of it getting spam through BBM would be highly unlikely. So, yeah, I don't know. Free airtime wouldn't really worry me, because out here our plans aren't limited to airtime. If it was data, that could be a different story. But as far as airtime for phone calls and things like that, most of the 99% of the plans out here are basically unlimited phone calls. So data's the big thing, you know. And as to how they could add that onto a plan, I don't know. I think if they could offer...
Yeah, I wondered about that myself.
I think if they could offer maybe a discount voucher, or, you know, like a promotional code maybe for Amazon, or you know, something like that, that's that you could, I mean, it'd obviously have to come down to different regions, I suppose. Maybe a promotional code, or a, you know, like a gift card or a shopping voucher or something like that, for a store that's in your region. I don't know. I think that would be more beneficial, but or to us out here anyway. But I don't think a lot of the plans overseas are unlimited airtime, are they? Obviously, they wouldn't be adding that as a bonus.
Well, that's what, here in the US, you have your choice of the added airtime or the prepaid gift cards. And up in Canada, it's just the prepaid gift cards. So I'm sure every area is some sort of different type of promotion.
Yeah, I think the gift cards would be the way to go. And again, you know, that's going to come down to certain regions. I mean, in the US, you've got Best Buy. Well, we don't have that out here. Even Amazon, we can shop on Amazon, but the thing I find is a lot of the things that you go to buy on Amazon don't ship to Australia, but that'll soon change, because Amazon are actually heading down under and building a store out here. So hopefully that'll free up a lot of the goods that you see online, and naturally there'll be an Amazon.au website, I'd imagine, that, you know, everything that's on that particular website may not, you know, you might not have everything that's available worldwide. So a lot of the stuff that you see on Amazon US or UK probably won't be on the Australian site, but obviously everything that is on the Australian site, you'd be able to get out here. So, you know, that's probably something down the track, maybe an Amazon gift card or something like that. But we don't have that rewards program currently on BBM in Australia. So whether it's going to come down this way, I don't know.
Regionally.
Yeah. I mean, if they could strike up a deal with, you know, a multinational such as Amazon, you know, we may see something down the track.
We lost Dave, and we're trying to get him back on. He's fallen and he can't get up. So hopefully he'll be back soon. We were having some serious problems getting started because Roy decided now would be a good time to update his computer.
Nah, my computer decided for himself.
What's with that with Windows? Seriously, that keeps happening to me. It's at the most inopportune moments. My computer just updates.
And he failed. my update just failed. That's the reason I succeed to enter so quickly with my laptop.
I turn off automatic updates on everything for that reason. It's always, you go to power up your laptop, might not have used it for a couple of days, and you power it up, want to use it for something quite urgently, and all of a sudden the damn thing wants to update. And it's the same on the Priv. I've turned off automatic updates for all my apps. I like to know when the updates are coming in, and be able to choose whether to update or not, or update at a convenient time. And half the time, like with the wife, she doesn't know that she's getting app updates on her phone. So, that's something I like to keep track of.
Speaking of updates,
You're getting one now?
no. So who all's got the latest security update?
Me
Yeah, I
Did
got
you
that
get
on
it?
the Priv.
on the Priv.
On the Priv about 3 days ago, I believe. It was only a 14 megabyte update, so pretty minor.
Yeah, it showed up on my Priv. I haven't gotten anything on the Key 1. I know Dave was saying that his D-Tech hasn't received anything. Did he say 2 months now? He hasn't received on his D-Tech?
From June.
Huh?
He didn't receive the June update.
He didn't receive the June update, and then nothing for
No.
July yet. Really wish he was here to confirm this.
Just get him to send you a BBM.
I'm BBMing with him right now, trying to get him back on here. Okay. So yeah, so the July update is out for some devices, not all. Dave, if you're watching, why don't you hit refresh, buddy?
Clear cache or something.
Yeah, clear your cache. Okay. Dave's killing me. What are we gonna do without, vocabulary jokes? We gotta have Dave here. Okay, so
I could get Eric to drop a few.
Yeah.
I
think
don't
she
throw
went to
away
sleep.
thoughtful puns. I did not go to sleep. Although you guys are about that boring, so let's liven it up.
Oh yeah. Hey, I'm
Oh,
on it.
ouch.
We had an article come out on our site yesterday about Uber coming to BBM. Let's talk about that. Does anybody here use Uber?
I don't.
No.
And what is
No.
up with it? All the news this week is stuff that we just don't use.
I'd prefer to get in
yeah,
my
it's
car
not-
and drive myself.
Yeah, exactly. Like here where I live, we all drive everywhere. Public transportation is just somebody that gets in front of you on the road.
I know my son does use it when he goes out for the night with with his mates drinking and things like that. They'll quite often get an Uber, but he doesn't use BBM, so that kind of rules that out, doesn't it?
Your son doesn't use BBM?
No, none of them do.
Isn't it time that you shuffle him out of the nest then, Wayno, and have yourself a son that does good?
Yeah, well, like I'm the only one in the family that uses BBM, so if I start kicking people out, I'll be here on my own. I at one point I did have the wife on BBM. Way back when Glimpse first came out, and she thought that was pretty cool. But she doesn't use it now. She's deleted it from her device. I managed to get the kids on there for all of about 2 days, I suppose, and I went back to their Snapchat, and the son uses Facebook and Facebook Messenger, and the other kids use iMessage or whatever. So,
Well, how do they talk to you?
Text message.
Accept that, Wayno. I got every member of my family on BBM, and it's real simple.
Because I'm not rude. I'm not rude.
Every time
like
they
you.
send me a text message, I say, "You need to contact me on BBM," and then
Yes,
that's the only response until they message me on BBM.
Yeah,
Now
if that was the
everybody's on.
case,
They like it.
I'd have no one to talk to. I'd have no friends.
It's so easy to get people on when
Do
you
you
take.
have any now?
Huh?
No, they're not friends. They're just associates.
Well, you can always use the BBM chatbots to the company.
And you can use that chatbot to order an Uber.
Exactly.
If you're in Africa, right?
How's that for a segue? Come on now.
Yeah. Well, you know, a few updates ago, BBM, they opened up their chatbot API, which will allow other companies to bring in their chatbots to use over BBM. Is this the first one we're seeing? Is Uber?
No, I think there is e-commerce, consumer service, something like that in Indonesia.
Okay.
From a fashion store, something like that. And Dave's back.
Dave made it. Dave, we were all a skidder without you, buddy.
That's saying something.
Okay, so we talked about the Uber chatbot. Information on that. Dave, do you use Uber?
The cab companies in our town just don't. No.
And
there's no Uber. No Uber in Vancouver.
Oh, no. Just get yourself an Uber card and go out and start fighting the cab companies. Like, it'll be like, what was that? Newsman? Was that the show? Really went out? What was the movie? Was it Newsman? You guys are killing me.
I think you're killing us, Brad. We have no clue what you're talking about.
What was the movie with where the newscasters from the different networks went out and fought each other?
Are you talking about Anchorman?
Anchorman, there you go.
You are so
Dave
useless.
needs to get himself an Uber placard and go out like Anchorman.
Let's go back to Blackberry. Okay, come on.
Well, nobody's speaking. This is not working out well.
We're all half asleep.
Okay. On. This is nutty. There's 5 of us on here tonight now that Dave decided to show up. Okay, so what's next, Erica? There's got to be something that people are willing to talk about.
Shot on Blackberry. There you go.
On Blackberry.
That wasn't next, but go ahead.
Okay, well, shot on Blackberry was a hashtag we used a while back. If you recall, Apple did that as a marketing ploy, shot on iPhone. So we're like, hey, you know, we take pictures with our cameras, and started using the shot on Blackberry hashtag. And then I kind of realized that none of us were really doing it anymore. So I had this brilliant idea. And then once we did that, I started looking around and searching it and saw that there's actually quite a lot of people that have been using the shot on Blackberry all along, which is great. But what we've decided to do is share other people's pictures because we're really bad at sharing our pictures. You know, we have an Instagram account, and I think there's like 4 photos on it up to a day or 2 ago. And I think one of them was my dog.
Well, it's not very Insta then, is it?
Yeah, really not. I mean, Instagram is, I'll be honest, it's still a social media that I just don't get. Like, I don't get the purpose behind it. I get the point of a social media when you're like communicating, but when what you're doing is posting photos and adding 50 hashtags to it, it just seems kind of a waste to me. But people use it, and ours was really pitiful. So we've there, and I'm really surprised at the response that we've got. Like, we've got a really large response of people submitting photos. So large that I'm already backed up. Like, I'm totally backed up. I got a fairly full email box of people's photos, and what I'm doing is I'm going through them in the order that I get them, and I'm posting them up, and we're crediting them back to whoever sent it to us. So if somebody wants us to share their Twitter account, or somebody wants us to share their Instagram account, or I have some people that even want their BBM pin shared, anybody will go ahead and put it up, and we're just sharing, and it's going to our Instagram, it's going to our Twitter, and it's going to our BBM channel.
Some of the special ones that aren't fit for regular consumption, we store in a special place on our servers.
I was kind of wondering if we get any of those. I came close with the photo that Wayno sent to us last night, and I posted it, and he didn't care for it. He asked me to take it down. I don't know why. I thought it was a nice photo, Wayno. Even Brian liked it.
Quality shot. It was a quality shot.
It was a quality shot.
We have a special spare terabyte for those.
Yeah, and I could just about fill that too.
Really?
But I'm wondering if, I'm waiting for somebody to complain that we have too many photos on our UTB Blogs channel. Because I was wondering, should we start a Shot on Blackberry channel instead of loading it all up on the UTB? But at the same time, it's like, I like having them on our channel. And some of the photos, what's really great about it so far is there's, like, I'm seeing them come in, and like, I haven't even posted any today yet. I got to do some posting. But it's such a wide range of photos. It's like we're literally getting them, just like our readers, from all over the world. And you can totally see the difference in what people look at and what they see is worthy of taking a photo of. And I'm really enjoying it.
Yeah, there's some quality photos there. That's for sure.
There really are. My favorite photo that I've got so far, and I will post that this is my favorite because it's something I've never seen before. And I still haven't posted that yet because I'm trying to do everything in order. But it is extremely impressive, and I can't wait to get that posted up. I'm pretty sure Wayno's never. No, I don't know. Wayno may have seen something like that before too, but I've never seen it. Completely new to me.
I've seen a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
I'm mentally scarred.
Most of it is upside down.
That's it.
At the same time, our channel is being, at least on my phone anyway, is being featured on the front page of BBM channels again, which is great because we pick up new readers. It's also a really inopportune time for it, I guess you'd say, or inopportune time for me to test opening comments back up again, because we're getting a lot of comments that I can't read or translate. And we're getting a lot of people asking for pins, and we're getting a lot of people asking hi. I've just been deleting them as fast as we can get them. I've deleted hundreds of posts already, and I've banned a whole heck of a lot of spammers. And I'm like amazed. Like the people with the really popular channels that you see, I don't know, I don't know how they do it, man. Like,
well, you either let it go or you're on it all day. You either have to abandon it and not care, or you have to be on it and be relentless. Which one are you going to do?
Well, I'm not on it all day. Say what, Roy?
We should open an original BBM UTB Blogs channel for Indonesia, and they can spam it.
I wonder if we did that, if we had UTB UTB Indonesia and just reposted everything there. But I mean, I don't even know if that's where they're all from, to be honest. I wouldn't.
Probably 90% of
there's
users are
different
from-
languages.
They're not Australian.
No, we don't allow any Australians on our channel.
No. They get banned.
Almost as bad as Canadians.
Well, Wayno is one of our channel managers, so that was obviously a joke. But, you know, I will give it some credit, though, because I haven't had the UTB Blogs channel on my personal phone in a very, very long time. And I've got it on my personal phone now. And you get the notifications of when people drops a comment. You know, you've got that. I'm trying to think of the top bar. You've got over to the right. It shows all of your notifications. So I'm not on top of it all day long. Like it goes for long periods of time. But then I come in and I go through every one of those notifications. So every comment that's coming to the channel, every last one of them I see. And at this point, I'd say probably about 80% of them I'm deleting.
That's sad.
It really is.
Yeah, it does make it hard. I don't get those notifications, even though I do admin for the channel. I don't get the notifications, so I physically got to go through and view all the comments on the channel, then report them, and then go into the channel manager and edit them. It is quite time consuming, so it'd be nicer if that function was available for all of the channel admins or people with the ability for that. It'd make it a lot easier to keep on top of it.
Well, and I finally figured out how to really change the ownership of a channel, and it's not really, you know, I sent it to somebody hoping that they could figure out why it's happening this way and fix it, but I haven't heard anything back. Because as you know, they made it to where you could change the ownership of the channels between phones, right? And we did that. We did that a long while ago with a couple of our channels. I did it with a couple of my personal channels. And it doesn't really change. You know, you can get in on the channel manager. You can't get in through your phone, but you do get notifications on your phone, believe it or not. So you get the notifications, but you don't have the management of the channel on your phone. So it's kind of frustrating in that way. But what happened before was I reset my priv back to, and when that happened, all of my personal channels that I had changed ownership of jumped over to the phone that they were supposed to be on, completely and totally. So I told Jesse, it's like, hey, finally, you know, we can. Jesse was the one that was managing our channel. He's got the GIF exchange. He's got beautiful British Columbia, and he spends a lot of time camping, so it makes it kind of impossible for him to watch the channel while he's out camping. So over to my phone, and it didn't move, you know, again. So when I got my key one and switched over, UTB is on my key one. So I think anybody wanting to change channels, change ownership of channels, they need to reset their phone. And if it's on an Android, I'm wondering, and I haven't tried it, I'm wondering if you could delete BBM and then reinstall it, if that would make the change happen.
That's on the original phone, yeah, not the one you're trying to switch it over to.
No, the one that you changed the ownership to. It was when I reset my phone or changed phones, it came over to me.
Okay. Now, is that channel?
That's something that we can actually.
That channel manager, is that in BBM itself, or do you have to go through the browser?
Oh, but I mean, no. When you own the channel, when you're the channel owner and like you're the channel creator, all the channel management is through your phone.
Through BBM?
I mean, you could go, yeah, through BBM. You could go start a channel right now and you do everything. So The channel manager is nowhere near as easy as doing it on your phone. And you get a lot more functionality on your phone. It is mobile first, but it gives you the ability to do stuff on your channel manager. Now, you also, like, in order to add another admin or to change ownership, you have to do that through the channel manager. You can't do that through your phone.
Okay.
Whose dog is that? Where did Erica go?
She's left. She fell asleep.
Too many questions, Brad. You know.
She was the one.
Drink something without
She's our
caffeine in
guide.
it.
She's our guide. Where to next? Because, you know, we've been doing so
Well,
great.
speaking
so
of
far.
channels, how many visits have we had on our channel?
Oh, I wasn't going to say anything yet, Dave, because we haven't reached the
Speaking
point.
of channels, how many visits have we had on our website lately, or in total?
We'll go with the channel here. No, this is kind of cool because I didn't really see this before. You can see it from the channel manager if you get in, but our stats, let's see, right now we're at 61,000 subscribers. So that's awesome. I appreciate that. I wish all those people were coming to the website and not just changing pins within comments. And then we're almost to 1.5 million visits. We're 8,000 away from 1.5 million visits. So I just want to see us hit that 1.5 million spot. I think that's kind of cool.
And we had a revelation on our website, though, too. No?
We can say we beat the channel on our website, which, yeah, so yay us.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We got over 1.7 million visits on our website. So there you go.
I click a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, and 1.5 million come from Australia in one location.
Yeah, all one spot, all one IP. So yeah, so let's go for 2 million fast. Which with all these shot on Blackberry photos, I bet we'll get there really quick.
Acceleration.
Yeah, we just need someone to post them.
I'll be on it this weekend. I had a very busy day.
You know what you should do is share that email.
Yeah, where I was just going to say,
email, and we can we can take turns at posting.
Yeah, we could totally do that because I mean it's going to Twitter and Instagram, so I can share the logins for both of those and the channel and the email. That's no problem. But that's really boring on a blogcast. Just saying.
Where are people submitting the photos to, Brad?
Shot on BB at .com. So instead of having to spell out all of BlackBerry, even though the hashtag is shot on BlackBerry, it's an easier email address. And nobody's complained about the email so far, except for Jesse, who flooded our BBM group with all these photos saying post it and then refused to email them to the email address. So he's not getting his pictures posted. Oh, well, right?
So restricted.
You're so harsh, man.
That's nasty.
What a harsh individual.
Okay, so here's something interesting because
no, don't do it.
I'm doing it.
Do it.
We've all kind of had the idea that there's an agenda behind the bashing of BlackBerry, right? I don't think there's anybody here that doesn't think there's been an agenda behind that going over the last few years. You know, is it the stock shorts? Probably. Is it iPhone users wanting to bash BlackBerry? Probably. Is it former BlackBerry users wishing other people would, you know, be turncoats like them? Probably. You know, there's all kinds of people that could be doing it. But I've noticed on our YouTube channel recently, you know, we've actually started using YouTube more than we did before. And I think UTB is making more of an impact than it was, obviously more than it was before. Before are who we were. Now there are a couple more people do know who we are. And I've had pretty much on every one of our video posts, I have had one guy dropping the same copy and pasted message on all of our videos.
Vega something?
Huh? Are you getting it too?
Yeah, on my BBM account.
Hold on, because I got a new one today.
I got new one yesterday.
Damn it! You guys have found me out.
Well, okay, so this first guy, he was posting the same message, which was the first. It was about 3 links in the message. The first one is an old Seeking Alpha article from like 2013, maybe 2014, talking about how BlackBerry screwed everything up. They did everything wrong, right? But he's posting these different articles, and every one of these articles are outdated articles from when BlackBerry was a device manufacturer and things weren't going so well. And it was really weirding me out. This shows you how bad of a YouTuber I am, because I try and go read the comment on my post, and it wasn't there, right? I didn't know that you had a channel comment manager section, and all of his comments were being flagged as spam by YouTube and just shuffled away. So I've got a whole list of this guy's comments. Now today, I think I got the same one that you're getting, Roy, which is a guy that said...
A guy named R. Virgil. Something like this.
Yes. Yes, that's one of them. Is that the one? Say what?
Comments from him.
Is he the Seeking Alpha poster, or is he the guy that says he bought a key one?
It's probably Dev.
Blue it, beta.
That's the guy. Yep, that's the guy. That's the first one I was talking about. Now today I got another guy.
Dev with all of those V's on it or whatever.
Yeah, Dev. Now there's I got another guy today that says he bought a key one. It stopped working. Says that BlackBerry's trash. It's garbage. They won't do anything to help them. And it's like, wait a minute. Now I know that there's been some issues with some of the earlier key ones. You know, we have the whole screen story. I've also seen myself that BlackBerry Mobile is reaching out to these people and trying to be really quick to get a response to them. So what this guy was writing didn't make any sense, but then it immediately started falling in on all the videos again, and YouTube is marking him as spam. So, I mean, I think there's bots out there just going around trashing BlackBerry in comment sections everywhere. Did you get the guy today, Roy?
No, but we don't know if it's only about BlackBerry or more YouTube channels with different topics.
True.
So I just jumped onto the YouTube channel to have a look, see what sort of comments we were talking about. And is this what you'd call a spam comment, Brad? Okay, Google, find me sexy metal Barbie.
As Dave creates a tinfoil hat. Look, Dave, because I told you about this earlier, and I was like, this is weird. I think I've seen it. Now, look, Roy's getting the same exact comment from the same guy, hammering his channel too.
Hang on, I can't hear you too good through this fight.
But what's Roy's channel about? BlackBerry. What's our channel about? BlackBerry. And we're getting hammered with the spam message.
And my site, my YouTube is, my site is in Hebrew, so he spammed it on English. So I think he don't even know what my site is about. He don't.
That suits you, Dave.
Is it
look like Hansel.
Very pretty.
Doesn't really
Yeah,
change. Doesn't really change the hair color, does it?
It just blends right in.
Yeah, that's kind of sad. Yeah. Well,
You look like a weird version of Hansel and Gretel.
all right. That was.
Well,
I went through a lot of trouble for that joke. So
I know.
there you go.
I think we've discovered that there are actual bots out there bashing BlackBerry, at least on YouTube.
Mhm.
It would explain a lot of what we're used to seeing.
Okay.
And it's surprised that Google not searching for those bots and suspend them.
Well, I mean, they are shuffling them right off to our probable spam folder, which shocked me, because I sure as heck didn't put them away. It's like I went to go read it and it wasn't there.
So really, I mean, exactly what was in a comment that didn't get wasn't allowed to be published that I could see?
Nothing offensive. I think it's just the fact that they're copying and pasting the same comment, probably to every BlackBerry YouTube site.
I see. So, okay. It's the repetition and the targets that you're saying are flagging those comments for Google.
Well, it appears the sexy metal Barbie's getting around the spam filters.
Okay, you can say pretty much anything you want on YouTube. You see all kinds of offensive stuff. Now, the sexy metal Barbie, that was Rico.
You're going red. You're going red.
Well, what's funny is because I did my video of me in my car, and I wasn't really paying attention to what was on my screen. Now, I listened to pretty much...
Sexy metal Barbie.
Well, I listened to harder...
Right.
Let's say harder...
That was in your music folder, sir.
It was. It's in my offline music, but I don't know the song. I listen to harder rock metal, right?
I hate to tell you this, Brad, but even on this video feed, I can see your cheeks going red.
Well, no, because I've got my I've got my Amazon Prime Music, and you can download music. You're not gonna let me explain it, are you?
No. Go on mute.
You can download your Prime Music for offline listening, and you can download
you need
playlists. So there are playlists that I like, so I downloaded. I went on a road trip this last weekend, so I downloaded a few playlists. So that song,
hear you anymore.
That song is in one of those playlists. It's more than likely a song that I like, but I just don't know what song it is. It wasn't on repeat. I hit next, and it came up next, and I never even saw it until I did the video. Yeah. And I sat there thinking, should I fuzz this out? No, nobody's going to look at that.
Oh, yeah.
And the very first comment, very first.
I was actually made aware of that, so... and I just happened to be browsing the comments on the channel and clicked that post. And there was the comment. Okay, Google, please find me sexy metal Barbie. God love him.
Hey, it's on my phone. I admit it, and I know how it got there, and I more than likely like it, but I don't know what song it is.
Sing a few bars.
I don't know. Now you got. I'm gonna go looking for it. I can't play it on YouTube, but I'm gonna go look for it.
Sure, you can. Only like 5 seconds or something. You're good to go. Oh, wait a minute. I can't hear you. Sorry. Adjusting my antenna.
You guys suck.
I swear to God, Google cannot read my mind anymore. It's not happening. I won't let them do it.
Sexy metal. It's not even showing up.
If this was a game show, you'd be the loser.
I don't think that was the name of the song.
Maybe that's the band. I don't know.
What's the name again? Sexy.
I'm in my music. Well, this
Hey,
isn't.
Bobby,
It's true.
you want to know how to get this makeup look, which I call Sex Metal Barbie, because I listened to that song like 3 times while I was doing it, and
What the heck?
what came of it. Make
I don't
you
know.
watch it.
Is Wayno?
Two-Face, Shadow, and Cherry.
It's what happens.
Wayno, are you watching something you shouldn't be watching while you're on the broadcast?
It's what happens when you have
I'm just trying to
Pornhub
find
on
it.
speed dial.
I'm trying to find it. Sexy metal dance.
That. I think that was the name of the song.
Nah, hang on. I'll tell you what it was because I've got a screenshot.
You got a screenshot?
I was actually sent, was told about it, and then was told to go and screenshot it. Yeah, hang on. Here we go.
It's going viral in Australia.
It's not
Sex
showing
Metal
up.
Barbie.
Oh, Sex Metal.
Sex Metal Barbie.
Okay, that's not the name of the song.
I think it's the name of the
Not
band.
the name of the band.
There it is. That's a screenshot of Brad's phone, so there's proof that Brad listens to Barbie. There you go. In This Moment is the name of the song. Yeah, that's it.
Okay, well,
That's the one.
stop playing it now. I'm not finding it in my music. I know it was there. I bet that wasn't my offline music.
In This Moment, it's called.
You know what really pisses me off? Now my Spotify thinks I like that.
But I think it just ties into to what was also in your old bedroom. You know, the little doll.
Yeah, because I had a die-cast metal sexy Barbie. Is that what you're saying?
No,
No,
he traded it in for the inflatable goat.
No. You did have a doll that you actually showed on the blogcast a couple of weeks ago from your
The
bedroom.
Hillary doll at my folks' house? Dude, you're bringing up the Hillary doll from my folks' house when I've got Jason and Yoda directly behind me. Come on, Wayno.
Yeah, but
Well, apparently they don't have a chance against her.
that's right.
Okay, I think this is the time Erica would be telling us to shut up.
Why? Wait a minute. Of all of these incredible topics that we've had, are you telling me that we're done, or don't
Now
tell
you're
me
looking
that?
like George Washington. You're looking like a cyber George Washington, David.
Well, most people say I'm not aware, but maybe I'm a Delaware. Okay, that was bad.
We have actually covered everything, so
Really?
considering we had nothing to talk about.
I came in early
And
and
we're
then got
unprepared.
kicked out, and then I came in late, so I missed some of that anyway.
Shall we make a bet?
Anything?
Say what, Roy?
Dave didn't miss anything.
Really didn't. This was kind of a travesty tonight.
Going for the flying nun look. What do you think?
Can we just sit here for a little while longer and let Dave do tinfoil impressions?
This is a flying nun, I think. I don't know.
This is bad. This is all bad. We're transmitting this. We're putting this out to the world.
You know what? Our shut up. Our Blogcast 100's coming up, and it reminds me of like when we have a gig coming for our band. Inevitably, there's an extremely crappy practice that happens just before a gig or whatever. It might be a couple before, you know, and you just fall on your face, and then the gig works out. So this is our crappy Blogcast before number 100 or something.
Hopefully, yeah, because this is 92. We've got eight to go, right? And we're
Yeah,
hoping
getting shit
for
together.
an extra special Blogcast for number 100. Hopefully, we'll have news of having a reason for an extra special blogcast for number 100, relatively.
And if that doesn't turn out, we can just do a bloopers one.
Yeah, you want to go through and find all the bloopers?
Well, there'd
Yeah.
be plenty of mine and Dave's.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah,
And
you've had a few bloopers that we had to take the blogcast down off of YouTube.
We can
It was
talk about
only at the
BlackBerry.
start.
wait,
We can talk
wait,
about
everybody.
BlackBerry.
Yeah, Roy's being serious. Let's listen to Roy.
We can speak about BlackBerry return to China.
Oh, that's huge. Yeah,
You know
talk
what?
about that, Roy. Let's try and save this.
It's always the guy with the beard. He's the serious one, and he's the one you should
Dave, shut
pay
up.
attention
Roy's
to.
trying to save this. He's trying to make this some kind of useful blogcast. Go, Roy.
Go, Roy, go.
BlackBerry mobile.
How can you take him serious
Save
with
us.
that beard, dude?
Save us, the bearded one. Save us.
I'm trying.
He even looks serious.
Here, look. I'll help. Here, there. That's better. Now go ahead.
I can't do it. I just can't do it.
Hey, but did you notice our
Sure.
amount of viewers has just skyrocketed?
How
Okay,
many?
look, we were talking about China, right?
Yeah.
We're going to get the Brad face in a minute.
I've gone home. I
Sorry,
don't know what
Roy.
you guys are talking about.
Go, Roy.
Oh, I need a moment. I can't do it. I just
Brett.
can't do it.
Come on.
Come on, man. You were all serious, and you wanted to bring up
Yep. Come on.
China. Come on. You can do it. Settle down now.
So BlackBerry Mobile brings the Q1 back to China market after a long time that I think no BlackBerry device was in that market. I think it's the largest market in the world. And we know that Q1 received certifications from the telecommunications authorities in China. And we don't know what is the price tag or any more information, but it could bring BlackBerry device or BlackBerry brand to front of the front of the stage with selling in China, the hometown, the home country of TCL.
And so I'm trying to remember what the last BlackBerry device was that was.
I think the Z10 or something like that.
Yeah, you think it was BB10's rollout?
I think, but BlackBerry
I didn't
invest
think
or
BB10
try
made
to
it into
market it.
China. I didn't think. Not through actual market.
Well, that's interesting because you're drawing a line there, Roy, between the manufacturer and the country of origin kind of thing. So that's interesting. Makes you wonder why other previous devices weren't available. Like deals can't be struck with their carrier, or what's up with that, or do you know if who's providing the device there? Is it like a shop
No.
BlackBerry thing, or is it a carrier?
No. We just know there is a certificate that approve the device from the communication authority in China.
Okay.
But the difference is this time that TCL is not just the manufacturer, is also the company that sells, gives support, marketing the device. It's not like it's a Chinese company. It's not like BlackBerry with the help with a Chinese manufacturer, and you can say that the device is Canadian because it's Blackberry design, support, marketing, sales, and everything. This time I think it's different. I think TCL is very big in China when it comes to sell products.
Yeah. And that was one of the things that we were excited about with TCL is that, hey, it's going to get Blackberries back into the Chinese market. And now it's happening. It's kind of weird that it's happening so late.
Well, when you say late, I mean, when you think about the rollouts in general, Canada, put your hand up. It's late there, really. Here, where am I? Can't tell without my tinfoil hat.
When you see top brands in China, you understand that you can sell in China and not in any other country and still be in the top of sales around the world. Because you can see, I'm just checking here, and Oppo R9, what you don't even know it, but it sells, I guess, in Blackberry and LG all together.
Yeah.
I've heard of them, but I've never seen one. Yeah.
Well, Oppo's the company behind the OnePlus,
right?
But you got to wonder, because in China you can go down and you can get a nice phone, maxed out specs for $50 American, right? I mean, they're very cheap there, and it's gonna, a non-branded phone. And we saw like the iPhone when it hit China, it was like #1 the first year, and then the next year nobody cared. The iPhone doesn't do everything that their cheap phones do. And we saw Apple take a huge hit because China didn't care about the iPhone after that first year. So I just wonder, because I mean, honestly, the Key One is a premium device, and I wonder how it's going to do in China when you can get specs for next to nothing there.
Yeah, and I respect the use of the term premium device for a Key One based on its actual hardware and manufacturing and whatnot. Screen lift notwithstanding, whatever. But other people's view of what a premium device is probably has a spec war style of view to it, and so that you say premium device to somebody else, and they'd be looking at the OnePlus, and they'd be looking at the S8s and whatnot with the latest snazzy processor and graphics processor. I'm kind of glad that we're at a point where a mid to higher spec device is completely capable to run everything you ever needed to do. I mean, apart from playing outrageously heavily graphic games or whatever, which I couldn't care less about, but as a daily driver or, whatever you need to do, the Key One can do it. And it's not the highest spec phone type thing. We're at that place where good processors is all you need to run your day.
It really is an incredibly smooth experience too. Like it shocks me because, I've never really cared about specs. I really don't. I'm all about the user experience. And, the Priv wasn't top of the line specs. And there were times that you would see something lag or something slow down. There are times that you'd be like, yeah, I need to restart my phone. And I'm not running into any of that with my Key One. I mean, it's such a great experience. And hearing people talk about it beforehand that, oh, this sock isn't the best sock, but it's like, okay, it's the best for battery efficiency, right? And the battery that I'm getting out of this thing is, man, this is like the old BBOS days for me. Yeah, like I didn't even know this was possible with modern phones. Not experiencing any issues with my user experience. I mean, it's just, it's perfect.
And that's really good to hear. I'm a daily DTEC 60 user, and its SOC or processor is what, second to whatever's out there now, 835 or Snapdragon 835. This is an 820 or an 821, I forget. And it's got 4 gigs of RAM, and it's a kick-ass phone, and it runs smooth, and it never causes me problems. But the battery is just, I'll call it good from a smartphone perspective. I'll call it good. And to me, I could use better from a battery perspective. So that's one of the tempting things for me to go to the Key One is that battery experience. Plus, even though I'm even though I'm totally happy with a slab virtual keyboard type machine, the Passport certainly taught me that I'm certainly okay with a hardware keyboard, and so both those things are highly attractive to me.
It's incredible. Like I actually really liked my Priv battery life because, I mean, I'm a heavy user on my phone. My screen time on is pretty extreme throughout my day, and I saw all these people getting 2 days of use out of a BlackBerry Passport. I never made it through a work day on my Passport. I never did. Like, I had to charge for an hour on my lunch, and I hoped that it would last me to the end of the day. That was normal for me. And that's not saying anything bad about a Passport. It's just I use my phone that way. Like, I don't let it dim itself. I keep it pretty bright, and my screen is on a lot, and I set my screen off time for a minute, not for 30 seconds. So there's a lot of things that I do to my phone that if I did it a different way, it would make the battery last longer, but I'm just not willing to do that. Well, my Priv, that thing, I could start out my day, I'd work through lunch, and I would plug it in during my lunch, and with the Quick Charge 2.0, it charged up like all the way during my lunch. And so then I was good to go from lunch on till about 9 or 10 o'clock at night, and then I'd hear that ooh sound, where it's like it's time to charge in, and I hate that sound. It's like, crap, now I got to plug in. And this phone, like, out of habit and just knowing that something bad's going to happen, I still haven't bought any more cables. I've got the Type-C cable that came with my phone, and I carry it with me. It's like, because I got chargers in my car, I got chargers at work, I've got chargers all over at home. But I only have that one cable. So, I wind it up and I throw it in my pocket, and it goes with me everywhere I go. I don't plug it in. Like, I never have to plug it in. And I know that first day I was scared. It's like, okay, here's lunchtime, I'm gonna plug in. And it's like, I'm at 70-some%. Plug in. And it's just incredible to me. I haven't had this type of experience since back with my old, my little Bold. What was that? The 9700 Bold?
I don't know. That makes me jealous. Makes me want to go get one.
I never hang out with the Key One charge cable. The cable is always at home. When I return home, I have 49% battery, and never charge it at work.
But what if you got kidnapped or something, Roy?
What?
What if you got kidnapped or something? Then what would you do?
I still have enough battery to do something.
Yeah, see, if I get kidnapped, I'll just go, hey, kidnappers, would you mind plugging this in for me?
Yeah, I worry about stuff like that, I get worried about stuff.
And don't forget that I'm a soldier. I don't know if someone really want to kidnap me.
Yeah,
it's not that good.
Yeah. Yeah, you'd be scary.
We had
Scary
someone
guy.
on the channel ask if we would talk about the upcoming device. And I mean, at this point, anything. I mean, we've seen renders.
We spoke about it last week.
Yeah, but I mean, we've seen renders from another site. We've seen it show up on something, haven't we? But we don't know until BlackBerry announces for sure what it's going to be, and we're not
We
leakers.
know
So.
code name probably will be Krypton, and the second device will be Juno. But
Juno.
And
I really wish they would have called it Krypton. I mean, okay, not Krypton, but Gotham. They could have had Krypton and Gotham.
Or Krypton and Kryptoff.
They should codename the device Martha. Makes the Krypton and Gotham.
You could have a keyboard device named Krypton, an all-touch device named Gotham, and then you could have a slider named Martha. Bring it all together.
And you can have Ben Affleck marketing your device.
Brad will be happy as long as they don't come out with one called Hillary.
That's the BlackBerry that comes with an included hammer.
Now, speaking of new devices, the key one has now become available at JB Hi-Fi for order online, and I jumped on the website. I think it was Tuesday or Wednesday, and saw that it was now officially available, and that you could click and collect. In other words, place the order online and go and pick it up in store. And I did a search of my local stores, and they had them in stock. So I went down there on Thursday night to see if I could have a look at one, and they had 2 or 3 in stock that were locked up in the safe out the back. So they weren't out on display. They didn't have a dummy device. There was no signage anywhere in store to say that it was available. If you were walking in there looking for a new phone, that was available. And the other disappointing thing for me was we've heard BlackBerry Mobile promoting all the newer markets, and yet we haven't heard of anything from them regarding the release in Australia. You know, it just seems a little disappointing that unless you're a BlackBerry fan that's been keeping an eye open for it and have been in forums or, you know, certain chats with people talking about it, no one's going to know that this device even exists out here.
Mm-hmm. It was the same thing with the DTEC 60 here.
It's like that with the key one here in a Best Buy. You walk into a Best Buy, you'd have no way of knowing. But at the same time, like last week when we were talking about that and I searched it, Best Buy was out again. So perhaps they're just not really pushing it. The retailer isn't pushing it until they've got stock on hand to sell. You know what I mean? If it's selling out as soon as they get it, I could see them not having it on display. Still extremely frustrating. And at your store, it's not sold out, right? So
it's not sold out. It did say on the website, limited stocks, and that was from the day that it became available.
Yeah, it probably got some few devices, not.
Well,
not
apparently, the 3 stores, actually, there was about half a dozen stores. I just put my postcode in, and about half a dozen stores all came up with stock. You know, so there's a couple of devices in each store. So they are there, they're available, but they're locked up in the safe out the back. It's not a way to sell a new device, really, is it?
No,
it's
not.
And you know, I spoke to the sales rep there and said to him, look, you know, and he's checked the computer. Yeah, we have, I think he said 2 at that point, 2 available for sale. But when I checked the computer, it said 3 were available, but he said they had 2 available for sale. Now, whether that third one
Would be the display
was
unit.
going to be put out on display, I don't know, but he did say that if they did not have a display one, they would look at possibly putting up a dummy device. They had a table there with all the operating display devices that you could pick up and play with, and then they had a backboard with dummy devices that were just stuck to the board with Velcro. Which, okay, if you haven't got a display device, at least you can physically hold that and see what it's like, the size of it, the quality of it, that sort of thing. So it was kind of, in my perspective, it was a little disappointing not hearing anything from Blackberry Mobile on the release and the availability in Australia, whereas they've really pushed it in every other country. And BlackBerry used to have a pretty big market in Australia, and it's virtually non-existent. And this is one of the reasons why, is people aren't aware that the devices are even available anymore, because they're not out in view.
Mm-hmm. Well,
and unless you,
I hear your pain. I feel your pain. Canada, like for my carrier, which has been a staunch supporter of BlackBerry forever, TELUS, as a lot of people know around here anyway, they started out by saying, for the very first time, by the way, that this device was only going to be available to corporate accounts such as myself. And then only after a bunch of people complained, they decided to open that up to the general public. So thank you very much, general public, for pushing those buttons. It reminds me of when the Z30 came out and Rogers here decided they weren't really going to carry it, and then there was a public outcry, and then they carried it. But to me, it's like you're saying, to me, that's the very first piece of equipment from BlackBerry that TELUS hasn't been proud to be like one of the first people to bring it out, first people to offer it. That's where I get them. I've always been getting my devices on launch day, and they're not available or whatever. So I feel your pain. It's almost like a suck back before it's a reload again.
General Public sounds like a movie character. It's like, here's General Public and his sidekick, Private.
Yeah, or Major Problems. Or something.
Look, out here, the majority of people would probably get their new devices through one of the carriers on a plan. It's just the way it works, There are a lot of big retailers that do cell phones. JB Hi-Fi is quite a big retailer. They've got branches all over the country. They kind of specialise in TVs, hi-fi equipment, laptops. They do sell phones, but if I was looking for a new phone, I wouldn't be going to the JB Hi-Fi website to do a search on what's available. I would be going through the carrier's website and looking for what's available. So that's where it kind of becomes
we're all trained to do that.
Yeah, I mean, so that's where it makes it hard, is that you would physically, to know that the device is available in Australia, you'd have to go to JB Hi-Fi and do a search for mobile phones. It's the only way that you're going to see that it is available. I've been getting emails from JB Hi-Fi promoting, the latest and greatest in tellies and that sort of thing. Every now and then they put a catalogue out. Whether they plan on putting the key one in a catalogue, I don't know. Hopefully, they do that. Otherwise, the only people that are going to know that it's available is the ones that are going to the JB Hi-Fi website and particularly doing a search for mobile phones. And, it's kind of really limiting the market, really limiting it. And this is where I think, it's kind of disappointing that BlackBerry Mobile haven't even made that announcement when they've announced, that it's available in all these other countries through certain carriers or certain retailers. We've heard nothing as far as an Australian launch.
Yeah, well, for fun, I just did a search on Key One Australia, just those 2 words.
Oh, don't do that.
And I got within the first 5 hits is where am I? Osdroid.net. BlackBerry announces the launch of Key One in Australia. So that's a June 1st. Written by
I'd never heard of that site.
Duncan Jaffrey, it looks like.
Did you run across that great review of it?
Yeah.
By a guy that you didn't even see it?
News.com. Yeah. It was...
You know what? You got to have a person like that.
Obviously, a review.
There's 1 in 100. There's always a person like that. What are you going to do?
And honestly, reading that review, and I think I tweeted that to him. It's like, I bet you held a review unit for 10 minutes and wrote this review. And I even wonder if he even held the review unit, because everything he wrote is just based on the physical that you could pick up off of any other site out there, anybody that's actually used the device. And then it was just all opinion of how he doesn't like keyboards and screens that size can't work right. And blah, 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 blah. And it's like, dude, you're wrong. The screen is great. The keyboard lovers love the keyboard, and this keyboard feels great.
Yeah. It's
like, there's no way this guy actually used the phone. He could use the phone and decide, I'm not a keyboard guy and I don't like it. But that's not what that review was. It was just like, why would they even make this phone?
I know. Yeah,
no,
I think our friend
reading through the review, he was a Samsung lover.
Nuts too.
I think that when you have 1,000 good reviews and 2 bad reviews, you just need to ignore those.
Yeah, you're doing okay. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's amazing the reviews this phone has got. And there's going to be people that don't like physical keyboards. That's going to happen. We know that. I wouldn't expect everyone to love the phone, but I am really surprised at how many of them do. It's like, we haven't seen this from a BlackBerry yet. This is the first time I can recall that this many positive reviews on a BlackBerry.
No, I know. I was saying something similar before. It's when you look back, and you look at the Priv launch and the Passport and the Z30 and this and that and the other thing, and you go, wow, there's some good reviews here. And there's a bunch of reviews that started out good and ended up bad, and then the ongoing thing is people are just crapping on it or whatever for usually no good reason. But this one, man, it's like 10 times the positive attitude, and it sticks. People actually love this thing.
Yeah.
Ongoing. That's awesome.
You see these mainstream reviewers that they review the phone, they did their due diligence, they talked about it, and they were positive about the phone. And then you'll see them on Twitter, or you'll see them doing an update to their review or something else where they mention that they're going back to it. It's like their SIM card is still in the Key One, or I reviewed this other phone, and once I'm done with this other phone, I went back to the Key One. It's like, we're just not used to seeing that.
No, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
At all.
That actually is a winner.
Big time.
Eep. So now that we've beaten that one to death.
Why didn't we have this conversation at the beginning before that train wreck that happened?
There is no
not again, Dave. Not again.
It took the tinfoil hat to get us. Yeah, there we go.
There's no train wreck.
It took the tinfoil hat to get us serious.
You want one. Come on.
Damn straight.
I want the 4G.
We should all wear tin hats.
Yeah.
I want the LTE version of this.
You want the LTE. This one's really light. Yeah. It's really light. You know, you can't hear what I'm hearing. It makes a lot of noise.
It does make a lot of noise.
Yeah.
Brother Nil says, I missed the beginning. Don't worry about it, Nil. There's nothing to go back to. It was a train wreck. I wish it was about the spark. We still don't have the spark back.
I do.
I think if I rub this tinfoil hat enough, I'll get a spark.
Maybe it'll make your hair grow back.
Yeah. Maybe I'll send some to you.
If it does, next week me and Roy will be wearing tinfoil hats.
Yeah. I'll send some of my extra hair to you.
Oh. Okay, boys. I would say
We're done.
girl, but she dipped out on us early. She knew it was going bad. She just didn't want to be here for it. This way she could go back and say, I wasn't there for the worst blogcast ever.
Even Erica had had enough. That's a worry.
Yeah, but
That's what I'm talking about.
I know. I've had enough too.
Yeah, let's call it, boys. We'll be back next week. We'll be a little better prepared. Hopefully there's some more news next week, and that doesn't involve us having to do arts and crafts on Dave's head.
Next week we'll all have tinfoil hats.
Come on, you know. Hey, if anybody wants a tinfoil hat made by me, just let me know. And,
you can find it on Amazon Canada.
Yeah. Happy to ship one out for anybody that wants a tinfoil hat made by me.
Do you ship down under?
Sure, why not?
Postage will be a killer.
His method of shipping is to roll it up into a ball and throw it out his backyard and just hope he makes it there.
In a stiff wind.
I thought about something. We have the 100 episode in 8 weeks, right? And if one of our viewers, readers have some interesting idea what we can do 8 weeks from now, we will be happy to listen.
All right.
We have an idea. We're just hoping it happens. Put it that way.
Well, we have an idea.
We just don't know.
I'm not 100% sure that will happen, so
Yeah, exactly. Wait, you said 100% sure it won't happen?
Yeah.
Aren't you just Nancy negative?
See, I didn't hear that because I have my protection on.
For negative news.
Yeah.
Dave is practicing safe blogcasting.
This is my bullshit deflector right here. Yeah.
Well, after this episode, we've got bugger all chance of it happening, haven't we?
Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah, this is... Okay, good times.
Yeah.
So, yeah, if we have any
Happy
ideas, because we're going to be strapped now.
We're ready. We're ready.
I'm pushing the button, guys.
Okay.
Yeah. Bye-bye.
See you later. Have fun, kids.